Things you didn't know. Prepare to have your mind blown. The owner of the moon. Back in 1980, a former ventriloquist and car salesman named Dennis Hope was out of work, going through a divorce and struggling to make ends meet. As he tells it, he was driving along wondering what he could do for cash flow when he looked through the car window, saw the moon and thought, now there's a lot of property. Hope did some research in a college library and discovered the 1967 Outer Space Treaty, a pact in which dozens of nations, including the US, laid out the basic legal guidelines for dealing with celestial bodies. Hope thought he saw a loophole. The treaty declares that no nation can assert sovereignty over the moon, but it fails to say clearly that individuals can. So Hope sent a note to the United Nations laying claim to the moon as well as other planets and moons in the solar system and went to work. In the years since, Hope has made a tiny fortune selling deeds to plots on the moon and other celestial bodies. He estimates around $12 million so far. A typical moon acre costs $24.99. The whole of Pluto is going for $250,000. A good deal, but a tough commute. Nail growth. While fingernails grow on average about 1/10 of a millimeter per day, there are a number of factors that can affect this rate of growth, including which hand it is, your age, hormone levels, and your overall health. Your fingernails grow at an average rate of 3.47 millimeters per month, or about 1/10 of a millimeter per day. To put this in perspective, the average grain of short rice is about 5.5 millimeters long. If you happen to lose a fingernail, it may take up to 6 months for that nail to completely grow back. The nails on your dominant hand grow faster than the rest, as do the nails on your longer fingers. Your fingernails also grow faster during the day and during the summer. Although it may sound like there's no rhyme or reason to how your nails grow, there are a few basic factors that affect the speed of growth. The lighter came before the match. Lighters were invented before matches. The first lighter was invented in 1823, while the match was created in 1826. This one had me scratching my head for a bit. There are several sites out there that say the match came first. However, by definition of the match, they are incorrect. The match they are referring to, the one they say came before the lighter, was nothing more than sticks, not toothpick size, but actual sticks they found laying around, soaked with a flammable chemical for easy lighting later with tinder. The sticks then burst into flame when you provided sparks or fire by some other means. So when someone tells me that matches were invented in northern China in 577, I'll say define match. So what about the lighter? They were invented in the 16th century out of nothing more than a converted flintlock pistol. Now you can argue that a pistol is no lighter. This is true. But if you look up the definition of lighter in the dictionary, it states a mechanical device used in lighting fires, cigarettes, cigars, or pipes. So by definition, the converted pistol was indeed the first lighter. The ring with the most diamonds in the world. The most diamonds set in one ring is 50,907 and was achieved by HK Designs and Hari Krishna Exports, both India, in Mumbai, Maharashtra, India on 11th of March 2023. This ring has been completely made out of recycled materials, recycled gold as well as diamonds repurposed from the returns received from customers. The ring has a total of 8 parts, which include 4 layers of petals, the shank, 2 diamond discs, and the butterfly. The final count of diamonds is 50,907, and each diamond was hand-set by a team of experts. The ring has been aptly named Euteria, which means becoming one with nature. Incredibly, the ring is made entirely out of recycled materials. Recycled gold was mixed with repurposed diamonds to create this magnificent piece, the organization wrote. They also shared a blog link that explains more about this jewelry piece. The HK Group believes that dreams don't come true, they are made true. It starts with a dream. Add faith and it becomes a belief. Add action and it becomes part of life. Add perseverance and it becomes a goal in sight. Add patience and time and it ends with a dream made true. It was our dream to create a rare piece of art that is in a class by itself, which I believe we have achieved by creating this ring. Tentacles on the tongue. This may seem like one of those sci-fi movies about aliens, but it's not. This is real. During the formation of the tongue, there are folds underneath it called the fimbriated folds of the tongue, or in short, plica fimbriata. Everyone has them, but mostly small ones. You can turn over your tongue and look using a mirror to see for yourself. But as the tongue matures, this is during gestation period when one is still in the womb, these folds become smaller, like the size most people have. For a very small number of us, however, they remain unusually long, which is a condition associated with unusual genes. This guy has a tongue that appears to have tentacles beneath it. It's an interesting one because it doesn't cause pain in any way. The only disadvantage is that the tentacle can get in between his teeth, which can be painful. These tentacle-like features are not dangerous or harmful at all. The only disadvantage is that the tentacle can get in between his teeth, which can be painful. The human body is quite the spectacle, so similar yet so different from each other. It's amazing, really.